Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great. A comment yesterday, Fearsome Warrior asked about my little mic stand here. If I remember, I will put some zoomy inserts. This guy, he said he went back to see when I started using it, and I guess I mentioned it, but I didn't really talk about it. When I built this workbench, my old workbench was about 4 inches taller, and it was a little too tall. It made it awkward to get stuff in and off the table saw. This is still higher than my table saw by like 3/4 of an inch, but when you're dealing, I'm far enough away, it's not a big deal. But it's much more in line with the rest of the workshop in here. So when I would have something on this miter saw station to bring it over, it was all out of whack. So I lowered it a little bit when I built this workbench, which would have meant that the microphone would have been fine. It would have been absolutely fine. But that was reason number one why I made this. Reason number two is when I do woodworking and I'm not doing show stuff, I like to get the camera gear out of here, out of my way. And on this stand, we of course have the microphone. Hopefully me moving this doesn't make this start clipping and sounding funny. We have the audio interface, or the preamp. This is the preamp to the camera, and then a offboard volume control to try to help keep it from clipping, plus the remote control for the lights. And the cool part about this setup is I can unplug the power. The camera, I unplug the camera every night. The camera never stays in here, especially if it's too dusty. So the camera goes upstairs with me. I can unplug the power and just take this whole unit somewhere, and I don't have to gather all this stuff up. I don't have to worry about these cords getting all goofy. Make sure this is all still going. Nothing gets all screwed up. So when I built it, I honestly didn't have anything in mind other than I knew it needed to be wide enough to accommodate the mic stand base, and I wanted to have holes in the side, like handles, to pick it up with. That was it. It ended up being the size that it is because I had some boards left over that were this dimension, and it is pocket hole. There's, I think, just 2 pocket holes in the top and bottom that are holding the sides on, and I don't see any glue squeeze out. I don't even know if I used glue. Honestly, this might just be 4 screws holding what is essentially, a caddy together. And it works really well. It works perfect. It does exactly what I needed to do. We have a little chest freezer now that's below my wood storage in the other room, and so when I'm not using this, I unplug, I go put it on the chest freezer. It's out of the way. And honestly, I haven't done a whole lot in here this year, so it's not gotten a lot of use. But I think that's getting ready to change. Obviously, I have the compressor pedal that I need to build. We are getting new furniture on Friday. We've had our current furniture for a little over 4 years now. We got it, yeah. And we bought inexpensive furniture, and it was the wrong choice. We bought the wrong choice, but it was what we could afford at the time, and it's made it 4 years, but it was time to go. And so this time we bought expensive furniture with my parents' help. They bought us part of it as a wedding present. We are going to have all new furniture, which means, and it's bigger. We're going from a normal size love seat to a console love seat with recliners. So the current end tables that we have are going to rapidly be less useful to us. So I really need to get working on making the side tables for the upstairs, and that's going to happen soon thanks to Malia, because this weekend while I was pressure washing the house, she got the new, to me, jointer setup. I got a 6-inch jointer for my birthday from my in-laws. I had a 4-inch Harbor Freight. This is a 6-inch Craftsman. It's in beautiful condition. It's had a new motor put on it, like a really like a 3/4 horse new motor. Like it's kind of actually a little overkill. And the way the bed adjusts on that thing is, I just couldn't. I couldn't deal with it. And I spent probably a couple of hours trying to get it level. I got it within about a 1/16 of an inch, which in my opinion is still way too far out for a jointer. So while I pressure washed the house, she's like, can I help you? And I was like, you can just do it. And she's like, I have more patience for that sort of thing than you do. And I'm like, yeah. So she came down here and worked on it. She spent about an hour and a half or 2 hours, and she got it damn near perfect. Like it's maybe a few thousandths out, which is way better than I need it to be for a jointer, for a simple, especially because I don't super often do panel glue ups, so I don't really need to do edge jointing that much. I mean, I do, but I really do. I have a decent amount of well, right now I have the legs that I need to make for the kitchen island. I need to face joint those legs, so I needed like 4.5 inches, and my old jointer was 4, but it was really like 3 and 7/8. So with this, I'll be able to face joint those boards nice and smooth, so I can glue them together, make some chunky 3-inch or 4.5-inch blanks, and then cut my legs out of those. So I'm really excited about having that thing ready to go again. I've been missing not having a jointer. And projects seem to be, like, right now I'm in a good mood to do projects. My back is not hurting nearly as bad. I think I'm going to go see a doctor before next week and make sure I'm not doing something stupid next week. But I think I think this place it needs cleaned pretty badly before I start doing stuff. That might be a project for later tonight. I don't know yet. But there you go. There's the mic stand. I hope that answers the question or the curiosity. Yeah. What do you got going on in your life? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart. Is Xanthippe. Okay, it's a noun meaning an ill-tempered, shrewish woman. Felicia is far from a Xanthippe simply because she interacts only with certain members of the household staff. Xanthippe. Xanthippe. That's a very curious word. Is that like that has to be like somebody's name or something that got turned into a word, right?